Alright, Shalom. So we're back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And before we begin, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim HaKodash.
Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well and that teach well in Shalom. Salutations to the fellow brethren that are laboring in this work as well. So what we're witnessing is the return of a king, you know? A great king. The King of Kings, Lord of Lords, which is our Lord Yahushai, you know? He's on his way. You know? So what the prophets are doing right now, man, the men that have been raised up, they've been raised up to blow that trumpet, you know? To herald the return of Yahushai, man. So we're in the spirit of what? We're in the spirit of John the Baptist, man. You know? AKA Elijah, AKA Abba Bivens, man. You know? We're in that spirit to herald the return of Yahushai. You know, and before a king, you know, in the ancient world or in these ancient movies, man, before a king would even be on his way to come somewhere, man, for example, a city or a place, you know, that city would know the king is on his way. You know? Everybody would be preparing and getting themselves ready for that king, you know? And that's what's happening right now. And how is the people getting to know that Yahushua is on the way? First and foremost is by the way of the internet, you know? This gospel is being preached throughout the whole world. The whole world is going to hear that Yahushua is on the way first, and then he's going to come, and that's how he's going to enter in, man. A dramatic entrance.
Psalm 19 and verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of the Lord, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech.
Right, and what we're reading right now is internet scripture. This is going to prove that the internet plays a major role in this truth, man. This gospel. You know? So read that from the top of it.
Psalms 19 and verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and the firmament showeth his handiwork.
Right, so Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is actually the one that created these satellites that are at the firmament right now, at the sky, man, you know? So that's the glory of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, you got it.
Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Right, and that's talking about the internet. You know? Day unto day it utters speech, night unto night knowledge. Because you can't go to the library at 5 in the morning, bro. But you can hop on the internet and what? And learn something. You know, you can search something and find your answer that you're looking for. You know? Specifically, a channel. A brother's channel, man. You can search for a channel. GMS this, GMS that. GMS Revelation 13 breakdown. You can get that, man. But you can't go to the library and find that. We'll just talk about the internet, man. Got it.
Also, if I may add on to that, when it says day unto day, night unto night, because also the time, like the 24 hours, you could say,
Right.
like let's say in Africa, in the continent of Africa, a country there, probably over there right now it's probably dark, and then here it's night. I mean it's daylight you could say, right? So when we preach day, the daytime here, and at nighttime. They if they're they're on their bed or whatever, they're watching something. They could be watching us preaching right now, and vice versa.
Different time zones.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So day after day, you're getting the word 24/7, man. There's no rest.
Like example, GMS Hawaii.
Right.
At certain times I'll be catching them late night.
Yeah,
It's
bright.
Mm-hmm. It's bright over there, daylight.
They're just setting up.
You can hold Matthew 25.
25 or
25 at more.
I'm finished that.
That goes right into that.
Let's finish this. Psalms 19 and verse 2 again. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech, no language, where their voice is not heard.
Right. And the internet accomplishes that. Because you have brothers all over the world, man. Arabia, in Arabic. Brothers breaking this down in Arabic, bro.
God.
With subtitles and everything. French, you know, brothers in French, Spanish, you know, so on and so forth, man. There's no voice nor speech where the voice is not heard. This truth is being presented in many forms, but it's one body, man. You know, it's one truth. It's all the same message. You're just getting it in different forms, man.
As it says in Matthew 24.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
As it says in Matthew 24, this gospel has to be preached in all kingdoms. Then the end shall come. So regardless if you're in Hawaii or in Asia or whichever, you need to hear this truth has to be spread for the end to come.
Right, and the gospel being preached is actually the heralding that trumpet is being blown. The king is on the way. The king, right? Being preached, and then once everybody has heard that, oh, the king, that's that Yahweh Shai that was for to come. And then boom, Yahweh Shai pops out, man. You know, so yeah, you got it.
Khan. Verse 3 again. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the ends of the world, and them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun.
Right, and also when you hop on the internet, bro, you hop online. Yeah, that's a good one, you know.
Yeah.
Their line is, you know, it's further proof that it's actually talking about the internet, man. In particular, the YouTube.
Just like in Job, there's a precept that says, will the unicorn be willing to serve thee and abide by thy quib? You know, talking about, you know how like in certain houses they have like the what's it called?
Satellite.
Yeah, satellite. Like the little round circle thing, disc with the little stick. You know?
Antenna?
Symbolic to
Yeah, with the antenna.
unicorn.
Yeah.
You know, even I was reading this little brief article in the technology world. They actually refer to some of the satellites as a unicorn. One of the satellites, I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, I think I seen that. I think, yeah.
They refer to it as unicorn. So that's spiritual, you know?
Back you up real quick. Romans 10 and 18. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went unto all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Camps everywhere, man.
There's
Every
no
corner.
excuse. So like, there's no excuse for people that say that, oh, I didn't know that Yahweh Shai was coming. The name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is all over the world, man. This trumpet is being blown all over the world. There is no excuse.
To the wicked, it's a dreadful sound.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai is omnipresent, which omni means all. You said Matthew 25 and 1?
25 and 1.
Okay. Matthew 25 and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels and with their lamps. And with their lamps. While the Salakia. Read that again. Matthew 25 and verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. But while the bridegroom tarried, Salakia, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a great cry. Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
You know? So those wise virgins, they had the oil, you know? They were trimming their lamps. They were occupied in prophecy, man. They were occupied for the bridegroom, man. You know? And what's that? That oil is what? The scriptures, man. You know?
Time. Verse 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with them to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. And he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, Salak, verily I say unto you, I know you not.
Can you read it from the top again?
Come. Matthew 25 and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened to 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
That's the people acquiring the knowledge. Right? You got it?
Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Okay.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. In other words, you could say them that took their lamps is like, oh, I know I'm an Israelite, but I'm not going to follow the laws and statutes and commandments and try to, my best ability, to do what's pleasing unto the Lord. Just took the lamp. It took their nationality, but not actually the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, like actually fearing the Lord.
Yeah. They did not pay attention to the trumpet being blown. Yeah.
God. Verse 2, and 5 of them were wise, and five were foolish, and they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Mm-hmm. See, they hearken unto the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and moved with fear, knowing that he was on his way back. You know, that's what they not only heard the word, but they started working as well. Prepare themselves. Prepare themselves. Yeah, that's why when you're in the once you're built up in the faith, you have to come outside and feed the sheep. You know, you got it.
Yeah, and preparing and purifying yourself to meet the Lamb, because you're supposed to present yourself as a chaste virgin. You know, clean, ready for the marriage. So as it reads. You know?
Verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a great cry, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. And that's also like blowing the trumpet being blown, right? When Yahushua comes, the trumpet has been already blown, right? Yeah, at midnight, Salakia, verse 6.
That last trump.
Yeah.
Once that last trump sounds, it's over, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's the series. It's a build-up. First, the bridegroom hasn't even, Salaki, back in the ancient world, back to the analogy I made with the movies, bro, before that king starts to even get on the move, before he's actually ready to come, bro, you have messengers sent forth and say, oh, he's getting ready to come, and then once he's actually on the road, they'll be like, okay, this is how far he is away. So on and so forth, until that final train's here. He's 30 minutes away, That last trumpet is always,
Just like, add to that, like you said, it's like with the oil, right?
Right.
They're using the oil, they're prepping. Because with the lamp, you don't just put all the oil in, right?
It's constantly.
Use a certain portion at times, this amount for this day. I'm gonna put this amount for this day and this amount for that day. Right? That's what they were doing too. When the king comes, prepare the food, do this, do that. That's what we're doing with the oil,
And it has to be at a particular time, because the food can't be too cold. You can't let your food get cold. You can't let your light go out, man.
Yeah, with the oil, you overspend your oil, burn yourself out.
Or underuse it too, so your light might go out.
Yeah.
That's that balance.
Verse 6, and at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. See, they trimmed their lamps, with the oil. Verse 8, and the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. Either they use less of the oil, or they poured out all the oil, and also those that have no oil.
It's gonna go into there.
Oh, come. Verse 8, and the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamp is gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy it for yourselves.
Because you won't be able to buy it, you won't be able to get it once it's done, man. Like the scriptures that I was saying, there's gonna be a famine. And once the famine of the word comes, you won't, because right now is your chance to get it, man. Your chance to hear what's being said. But there's gonna come a time where you won't be able to have access to it.
Yeah, just like when when a store is having a sale, right? Get it what it's hot.
Yes, for
You know, it's everybody's just coming in, getting, and then when you come late, shit, everything's gone, bro. It's gone. Yo, where's the food? What happened to the sale? Hey, yo, man, everybody came and took everything, man. Sorry, bro. Does that have anything in the back? Nah, man. There's nothing in the back, bro. Sorry about that, man. Come next year. But there's no next year, bro.
yeah,
You know?
There's going to be a time where people actually acknowledge the preciousness of this word. As it says in, I believe in 1 Samuel, it says the word of the, you got it? What does it say? What did it say?
Precious, the word of the Lord.
It was precious in those days because there was no prophecies, you know. There was no divination. There was no prophecies, you know. There was no. The Lord wasn't speaking unto the people at that time, you know. You see, so the word was precious unto these people, man. You know. So every time a prophet came with a prophecy, or these people they hearkened, it was beautiful for them, man. So there's gonna come back to that time, man. But the Lord said, the famine of because of the famine of the world, they're gonna seek to and fro for this message.
And even right now, the word is precious.
Yeah.
You know why? Because that's your stability. That's what really keeps your mind stable and calm. Because you know what's happening. But if you don't, you're losing it, bro. You basically out of control. You don't know what to do. You're basically on panic mode. You know? But when you have this word, you understand what? Like, this is prophecy. You know? And it's better because you know the latter end. Just like Job. You know? Job knew that there had to be a balance to it. You don't just receive good without receiving bad. Job knew. You know? So we know the latter end is gonna be good, bro.
There's one thing that I remember from my economics class, the concept of supply and demand. When the supplies are running short, they have to increase the price.
Yeah.
They have to. And now when there's gonna be that famine of the word, your people are gonna want that truth, man. So that's how even the value of it is gonna go even higher, you know, if you want to put it in a carnal aspect, you know. So people are gonna actually understand, as it says, my people shall be willing in the days of my power.
Supply and demand. Hey, a perfect example is the book of Eli, right?
Yeah.
The guy that wanted the book, you know, he's willing to give anything. Yeah. Yo, I'll give you this, man. Yo, that shampoo, you know. But he didn't really say shampoo, but you know, I'll give you this, give you that. Just give me the book, man.
Yeah.
You see, he was supplying. I mean, he was he
Trading.
was demanding.
Yeah.
But hey, Eli was like, nah, bro, I'm good, bro.
I'll give you a woman. I'll give you this.
I'll give you.
You know,
He even brought the girl to his chamber and everything. You know what?
Oh man.
Sorry, kill him.
But hey, he didn't want to give it to
He
him.
said murderers after him.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be with the men of the Lord, bro. People are gonna be so desperate at that time. They're gonna do anything to try to get knowledge, wisdom and knowledge, stability.
They're gonna be just like what's it called, a crack fiend. You know?
Right.
Yo, it's so, you know? Yo, please, man, just give it, give it, you know? Tweaking, bro, just to get answers, bro. White lips, yo, you know, skinny.
Ripped pants, ripped shirt. Please.
Yo, please, just tell me, man. Grabbing your shit, you know? Pulling your shit. God. I have this right here. This is Amos 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. You know, like the act was saying, you know, the famine of the word is coming, man. Not a famine of bread, just hearing the word. That's what's gonna, what's gonna happen? You know, YouTube, they're gonna shut down YouTube. Basically, the internet, you know.
No, it's like it. They're not gonna shut down the internet because the internet still gonna be running. They need it for the MOTV. It's just they're gonna start cutting down the GMS channels, you know.
Yeah, already there's certain guidelines you have to follow. Oh, medical misinformation, this, that. Yeah. Soon it's gonna be like, oh, these guys are terrorists. You can't have them on a platform. You know, the Black Hebrew Israelites, which we know we're not. We don't consider ourselves as Black Hebrew Israelites. We're just the Hebrew Israelites. Black is not a color, first of all.
Black meaning void of light.
Yeah.
Really, anyone that's outside this truth is black. You know.
Yeah, you know, famine of the word, man.
Yeah.
Come on, continue on verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea and from north even to the east.
Yeah, and that's not physics, bro. You know, that's not you going to this. That's not you trying to go from here to Alabama. Try to go to from here to New York.
Hey, some of them might, you know?
Yeah.
That's gonna happen, just to get the word, bro. But I remember that brother's in that state, yo. He's probably still there, bro. Yo, let's go there and try to, get something there.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, too, try to search the channel.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Tahar, GMS declaring the end, not there. Edification, daily exhortation, not there. GMS info dot, not there. Etc.
When you go into that word wonder, it's like because they're in darkness,
Oh, yeah.
So they're one. There's the precept that says that they that are in darkness group in the noonday, and they know not at what they stumble.
Yeah.
So they're wondering, where can I find the truth? But when you don't know when you're not being guided by the Spirit, even, and you're in gross darkness, you might end up in front of a lion. You might end up in front of a murderer. You see?
You don't know your surroundings.
Yeah.
All your 5 instincts of survival are cut off.
Yeah.
You can't see shit. You can't hear.
Yeah.
You can't smell.
Yeah.
You just, bro.
Defenseless.
Yeah, especially the key one, you can't see, bro.
Yeah.
When you can't see, you're done. You're
Yeah.
trapped, bro.
Yeah.
And that's heavy too, because their eyes are blind. Isaiah, the 6th chapter, the 9th verse, they can't see anyone. So you don't know what you're going to stumble across. As the Ark said, You might just fall off the bridge. Without even knowing.
Yeah. They fall into a ditch.
Yeah.
The blind leader of the blind.
Right now they're in a spiritual ditch,
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't have the truth. They're in deep darkness, man.
Goes darkness to people.
They have that crab in the barrel spirit. So as soon as someone finds the truth, they want to pull them down back into the pit.
Oh, you go.
Yeah.
Don't leave me.
Don't leave me yet.
And being blind is also equivalent to being drunk. And Job, actually, I'm a ground.
Yeah, come.
Let me just finish this right quick.
Yeah.
Amos 8 and verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
Shall not find it. Oh, you can hold Zechariah 8 and 23. Baba Kasha.
This is the book of Job 12 and verse 25. And they grope in dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man.
Yeah, without light, right?
But that's equivalent to you being drunk. When you're in darkness, you're walking like this.
Yeah. Baba Kasha, can you read that one again?
Job chapter 12 and verse 25. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man.
Yeah. See, without light, without the truth, man. See? And they're like a drunken man because what? They're drunk of the philosophies of Esau Edom.
When you're drunk, you have no common sense. Whatever it takes you.
Whatever's presented.
Yeah.
Make a grown man act like a child.
Literally, bro.
That's something because when you get so drunk, you can't walk.
Right.
You can't walk straight. You're reverting back to a baby, to an infant. You can't take care of yourself, man. We can't give you the car keys. You might kill someone. Yeah.
Literally, bro.
They're in everlasting drunkenness. Well, you see us, we were drunk at one point, but we woke up.
Yeah.
And when you wake up from being drunk, bro, you regret what you did.
Oh, you have that hangover.
Yeah, hangover. Sometimes, you might, And you might remember some shit. Somebody might be telling you some shit you did. You're like, what the fuck?
Bro, that wasn't me, bro.
That wasn't me. You'll be so cheesed you did that shit. And that's us. Prior to having the truth. We're drunk.
Even the fact that we remember, the fact that we're coming back to our heritage, we understand the sins that we committed in our past lives, the times that we were during the time of Solomon, and all the wickedness that Israel has committed. You kind of feel the sweet and the bitter of the scriptures, kind of get back to your mind, and then you got to feel because at one point we were ruling. At one point we were ruling, but the fact that we disobeyed, that's why we had that's why there was a falling away. Then that's bitter. As you were saying, you reminisce about the wickedness that we've done and you regret.
And you get cleansed. You start becoming you begin sobering up by the truth. because it's synonymous to water. So water cleans, so you know, it gets you sober.
And when you're drunk, yeah, you know, you give them a cup of water.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Get a cup
Start
of water.
cleaning yourself.
Yeah.
That's why scripture say now you're clean
To the washing of the word.
Yeah, it's good. Come on. You know? And that water, it's like rivers, bro. So when you drink it, it's a different type of water. It's not regular water.
Yeah.
That's gonna clean you clean, bro. That's Daniel the 12th chapter, where it says many shall be purified and made.
I mean, yeah, bro, water is actually a good cleansing agent, man. Yo, with water, it could do a lot, man. Like, for instance, if you want to lose fat, you drink a lot of water, you know, you're going to start losing fat, man. And then if you start working out, too, you're going to sweat a lot, you know, those fat's going to get out your pores. Yo, you know, you wash clothes with it. Bro, there's so many things you could do with water, man. It shows...
Noah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yo, that was a big cleanse of the earth, bro. The Lord washed the earth, yo. Just like with a wound, right? When you have a wound, you know, you wash it either with alcohol or water, whatever you have at the time. You know, you burn it, you know, wash it.
Yeah.
And then in the ancient times, you know, they would take like the modern day medicine here now, you know, you would sword, right? With a thing. But back then, if you didn't have that, the men of war, they would just take the sword and then put it in fire, you know?
And then
after,
put it on. After cleaning it.
Yeah.
With water.
And that's what's gonna happen here with the nukes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because water first,
Yeah.
which was Noah, now fire. So
First,
finally
yeah.
sealed the
Second.
deal.
Seal it, yeah. That's what seals up the
Yeah,
wound.
yeah. Nuclear missiles to America. Yeah? So this is the book of Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
That's the wicked in darkness.
Right.
Groping. You know? They don't understand.
They don't know, John.
Even though if you give them the light, they don't want the light,
Yeah.
right? Because their deeds are evil.
Yeah.
They think the light is darkness, bro.
Yeah.
They think
Yeah.
the light is hurting them. Because when you're drunk, everything's upside down. You know, you're tweaking, bro.
Hey, if a police group, like, you turn the police comes with the flash, you know?
Yeah. Step out the car.
Yeah, 'cause- and then when the police make you walk that straight line, it's you, this truth being presented to you. The
Yeah,
way
yeah.
to go. But you don't want to walk that way because you know you
you're
might
walking
fall out.
crazy.
Yeah.
Have you been drinking tonight, sir? You know? God. The precept of Zechariah 8 and verse 23. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages to the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you.
The fact that you know this truth, it says it's going to be the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your time. The people are going to see that, right? They're going to know that, okay, this guy is secure. It says, I shall make a man hiding from.
Yeah, I got that.
A hiding place.
I got that.
These people are going to look to the people, the men of the Lord, for safety. And even as it says Isaiah 4 and 1, you know, man and woman are going to have to turn to the man of the Lord for answers, right? And then if that's through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, if we allow them to abide with us, right?
Like I said in the scripture which I just said, you know, they're gonna hold on the skirt of a Jew.
Yeah.
Or the word Jew here is being an elect.
Yeah.
You know, a man of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the spiritual powers coming too, being able to heal, you know, cast out demons and stuff, doing all type of miracles. Of course, people are gonna try to cleave on you, man.
Yeah.
You know, just like they were trying to cleave on Yahushua, right?
Force him to become king. You know?
Come on, hey, you might be a leader of a little what's it called?
Camp or something. Yeah.
A little group, you know.
And the fact is that people are gonna have to revert, gonna have to submit
Right.
to your authority in a sense to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, you know, through the Spirit. You know?
Female.
Yep. Like it says Isaiah 4:1. You know? It's a 10 men.
10 men?
10 men shall
Yeah,
hold
10
this-
men,
10
yeah,
men
yeah, yeah.
and 7 women shall hold, you know?
Yeah, come.
Listen, you got it. You know?
Come.
That's that little group right there, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And each of them, you know, because you're gonna through the spirit, you know, the Lord's gonna have you picking and choosing who you're gonna take, right?
Yeah.
So to what's it called? Enforce your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Right? You might not be having food or something, because the Lord said He's gonna feed us, right?
Yeah.
In the time of famine. So that person might have a nice crib with food stocked up, bro. And then he wants to save himself, right? He realized that Esau, his philosophy is just not helping him. And then he sees you, because before in the world, he knew you, you know, he saw you preaching and shit, Salak and stuff. And he's like, oh, I remember you. Oh, you know, you start chopping it up. And he's like, yo, man, I got food, bro. You know, what were you saying about, you know?
Yeah.
And then, you know, the Lord might just say, okay, yo, you can tell it to him because he has food. So, you can, you know, and then you start, you know, telling it to him. And then, you know, vice versa.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 32 and verse 2. And a man shall be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest.
Right, and the wind symbolizes destruction. You know, 'cause when the wind blows hard, bro, a lot of things get knocked down. Good example of that, trees. Some trees get knocked down by wind, bro.
Like a tornado.
Right. And now what's heavy? Trees are synonymous with people, nations.
Yeah.
Nations get knocked. When nations are getting knocked down, in particular, what? Babylon, you know?
Like that precept where Yahushua healed the blind man, and then he said he saw them like as like trees.
Yeah.
That's
That's trees walking.
That's the people. With the tempest, you know, the tornado. Bro, wind is strong, man.
Yeah.
Real strong, bro. Once it starts blowing,
Pick up a car, bro. Throw it.
tornadoes will win.
Can. And that's the angels that's orchestrating that.
Cherry.
There's that precept that said, him that builded the house onto a solid foundation. I don't know if you guys could get that, but I'll look for it.
The parable?
The parable, yeah.
Well, let me finish this right
Yeah.
quick.
That's heavy because you see when it says men shall be a hiding place.
Yeah.
Meaning he's in the house that he built.
Yeah.
With Yahushua being the cornerstone, that stable house, right?
Chief cornerstone.
You know? He's in that house of David that was being built. All those brothers are the bricks, you know, the precious stones are put together with Yahushua.
Like in 1 Peter and 2, it says lively stones.
Yeah,
as
as
lively
lively
stones. Being put on that chief cornerstone. You know?
So you're in that house, man. And the house is a strong house. It's not a house built upon sand or hay. That's where I think that's where they get the three little pigs from.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, you know.
That's really. The three little pigs. That's where they get it from.
And what did the wolf do?
Huffed and puffed.
Huffed and puffed, like the wind. You know?
And the wolf guy, that's Esau. Actually, no. Esau's the pig.
Good. Finish this. Isaiah 32 and verse 2. And a man shall be in hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock, so like a rock in a weary land.
That covering, where you find rest. No man gonna be there, you know. This is what do you go under a shadow, a tree, you know, for instance. You're going to seek rest, bro. And that's how it is gonna be with the men of the Lord. You're gonna be trying to get rest from them, bro. Had you know, a couple of days without eating, or a couple, months. Men of the Lord just pop up. Please.
As they did with Noah,
Yeah.
you know?
Banging and kicking on the door. I get it now. You were right.
What were you
but
saying?
It's too late. Yo, bro, imagine that first drop of water, bro.
Yeah.
That was the most strangest. Now, that first drop of water could also be that first missile. You know?
God.
Because Noah's been saying it for 120, you know? But as soon as that first drop, boop,
Oh shit!
everybody was like, oh, you know?
The ark. Let's go to the ark.
Yeah. You know, but what's crazy is, even after that first drop, some people still said,
Nah.
they didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Until, you know?
Started dropping like, yo, you don't want to breathe, yo. And yo, at that time too, wasn't like small truck, yo. There was some big ass truck dropping too. You know, some big douche, a big particle just going to the whole house, bro.
It was a build up too.
Yeah. And also the sea too, tsunami, you know.
Yeah. And then they said from the heavens.
Yeah.
And even beneath, yo.
Oh, bro, yo. Shit, no escape, man. Hey, just like with the missiles, man.
200 million.
The volcanoes that's getting erupted, yo. It's gonna be from beneath.
The beautiful thing is that you're gonna have that instant where people are gonna have to revert to Yahweh. There's gonna be a time where people are gonna look for this truth, man. You have to, as it says, the five foolish virgins. They came to the wise one. They said, "Yo, fill us, give us the answer. Yeah, help us." They came to the wise ones. And at that time, that's when it says that the Lord shall laugh at your calamity, man. Because when it was time to get this truth, you forsook it.
That also goes to show that it's a dodo walk, bro. You have to make sure you're good. Make sure your light is burning, bro. Your light's still on.
Yeah.
If you have enough oil to trim that, not bad, man. Because you can't just, yo, bro, borrow some oil. You have to make sure you have enough, man.
Yeah.
There's only so much that could go around.
Yeah, it's only so much.
Hey, yeah, just like you said, you're dolo in this thing,
You don't know, but you still have
work on your own salvation with fear and trembling. You're working on your own salvation. The Lord gave you a portion for yourself. He didn't give, a portion, for although, you have to feed and everything, but according to your portion, that's for you, only for you, man.
Can't try to go outside of that. That's heavy too, because certain brothers are given a certain amount of oil that can keep their light running, bro. And that's why Scriptures also say to give diligence to make that calling and election sure. So when those five wise virgins, he made them. They were prepared, but they were good.
Matthew 7, verse 20. Wherefore by their fruits shall ye know them. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
Not just being a hearer, but a doer of the word also. Yeah.
Verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Yeah, that's a slap in the face. And that, as you're saying, I think it was saying the fruits. They shall be known by their fruits.
Yeah.
As it says, but then it says, ye worker of iniquity. So they were doing evil. That was their fruit. So the Yahushua knew who they were. But if you keep going, I think it talks about the foundation.
Verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these things, Verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which buildeth his house upon a rock.
You see, the wise, they heard the word and they did it. They didn't hide the talent. They went to work with it, man. They trimmed their lamp.
Wise virgins, wise men.
Yeah, come on. We're going into that. Keep going.
Verse 25. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not.
The rain, Noah, he built the ark.
The flood descended.
Yeah.
See, the wind.
Modern day rain will be what? The missile.
Damn.
You gotta be in that house, that spiritual house, that spiritual temple, which is the third temple that's being built right before your eyes, man.
Yeah. And the fact is, you have to see it. Even before it happens, you have to see that this kingdom is on its way out, man.
Yeah.
And the only way you see that is by faith. The gift has to be gifted to you. Otherwise, you're not gonna see it. Because prophets are what? They're seers. Back to 1 Samuel, right? When let's go out to see the seer. If you're not able to see this, when we tell you it, hey, you're not gonna understand shit.
Yeah. Even what's happening right now, like the temple, that's huge, bro. You have to have spiritual eyes to see that the temple is being built. Because Esau and they're looking for a carnal, they're looking for a physical temple.
The elites, they know we're building a spiritual temple. Right. That's why they're knocking down brothers' videos, just like in Nehemiah.
Yeah. Knocking down a couple bricks.
Yeah.
In the book of
Nehemiah.
Yeah. They try to come stop that process, man. Yeah.
The heathens, they gathered together.
Yeah, they made a council. Hey, Psalms 83. Yeah. Oh, what? They built the temple. We know every time they build the temple, what happens, man. What is this king doing? What is Cyrus? Nah, bro. Let's send this letter, bro. So tell them to stop doing this, or else we're gonna take actions ourselves, man.
these people are rebellious people. That's not good for your kingdom.
Hey, trust
You know?
me, man.
Or send a
We've seen it. We've seen it.
Send
We've
a
been at the
spy.
bottom, man. We've seen it.
Yeah.
And they try to, raid the temple, but Nehemiah, told them, get your swords and your working things on the other hand, and keep on building, man.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing with the Bible in our hands.
Mhm.
It tells us to put on the whole armor of the Most High, and also the sword is the Bible, the words,
Yeah, yeah.
the words.
Cut it,
No?
bro.
We're cutting them through the sword.
Because we're revealing Esau's secret things, man. We're revealing this guy. Yo, what?
While we're building, we're throwing bricks at each other.
Yeah. This brick's not that solid enough. It can't be in the. Do that shit.
Hit him in the head.
Okay.
Come back to that Matthew 7, Salaki 7 and verse 25.
Yeah.
And the verse 25, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
Rock. What's that rock?
Yahweh Shai.
That cornerstone, that strong foundation. You know? House of David.
Okay.
Stable, man.
Verse 26, and every one that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which buildeth his house upon the sand.
They're foolish. Everything, the scriptures is a beautiful weapon if you know how to use it properly, man. You know, if you're able to correlate this precept with this precept and break down another precept to another precept, you see, what they say, so like precept upon precepts, precept upon precepts, man. That's why these Christians they can't understand it, man. They can't use it. They can't use the scriptures to the full extent. Because they can't explain it. They can't use it properly, man.
Even when we tell them precept on precept, man, they don't even like that, man. That's not how you read it.
Yeah.
It's a book, man.
Yeah.
You read a book from first page to last page.
You know?
But we know what? The Bible, the Holy Scriptures, it's not like that, man. If you read it like that, you're not going to get anything, man.
Yeah.
That's why Isaiah 28, it says precept upon precept, line upon line.
Yeah.
And also goes on to that, us preaching precept on precept, line upon line is a stumbling block unto them, man.
Yeah.
You know? Nah. I don't know, man. You have to read the whole chapter, though. I don't know if it. You telling me this precept here and that? I don't know, man. Let me read the whole chapter and see. Well, we just read the precept which says line upon line, precept on precept, man. You know?
And the one thing is that they don't understand that we're moving through the spirit of prophecy. There's still things in the Old Testament that haven't been accomplished yet. As we're saying, the famine of the word, Isaiah 4:1, and many others that we're still waiting for these things to accomplish. You know, we have to see it. We have to move through the spirit of prophecy. These people don't have it.
Destruction of America.
Okay.
That's in Judges, bro. Judges the 5th chapter.
Bro, there's prophecies even in Genesis.
Yeah.
You know?
Still.
Okay. You know?
That's why Yahshua said he comes in the volume of the
the
book
book.
because it is written of him. Because what? Pursuant to Revelation 19:10, it says the spirit of prophecy. The testimony of Yahshua is the spirit of prophecy. And this book is filled.
Yeah.
It's full of prophecy, man. Things that were said and that come to pass, and things that were said that are going to come to pass. You know?
Like, for instance, when it says precept on precept, like Genesis 1, in order for you to get it, you gotta go to John, and then,
You gotta back
see,
and forth.
that shows you that precept on precept.
You have to understand, even the Hebrew too. You gotta go back to the Hebrew.
Yeah.
Alahayim, that word God is not just one God now. It's really Alahayim, which is Yahushua and the angels.
Powers.
Elohim is powers.
Yeah, powers in the English.
Yeah.
We are stuck with the Hebrew.
Yeah. But that ultimately, that's because people are lazy, you know. Because
Yeah.
it says study to show thyself approved. You have to do the work. Even the work, it doesn't just stop at going out in the highways and byways. You have to go and even presenting your body a living sacrifice. It's going through all those hours, watching videos and edifying yourself, having the proper doctrine,
Like building up your arsenal.
building up your arsenal.
Because everybody has an arsenal. That's your measure.
Yeah.
And your bag is only as big as Yahweh Shai give it to you. So you can put as much as you can only put as much in. Because there's a limit to your bag.
Because if you put too much, man, it's gonna start fucking,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Nah, you're winning.
getting out, and then hey, the bread might even rip because
yeah.
you put too much.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, now you know.
Now you gotta restart.
Yeah.
And it's not. It wasn't for you if it breaks like that. You know.
Yeah.
So lucky.
You got it. Like for instance, an example. You know, your mom tells you to go take out the garbage, right?
Right.
And then you know the garbage might be too empty. You know you have to double stack it. You know,
Yeah.
but you like fuck it. You know I'm gonna go quick. And then you start going, shoot, the whole fucking shit falls, man. Bro, that shit cheesies you,
Now
bro. You
you're
get vexed, but you just fuck, man.
Yeah.
You have to pick up the whole thing now.
That's why it says eat honey as sufficient for thee, unless you vomit it out.
Yeah.
Run that ye may obtain.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that
yeah.
garbage, man. We put too much, man. Shoot, rip, fuck. Now you're just there, man. Fuck. You know? Disappointed. I should have fucking double back. Fuck. Man, listen to myself. Why did I listen to that voice?
Yeah.
You know, that was the spirit telling you to do that, man.
And that bag is really your precepts.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Certain
yeah.
precepts you have in the your arsenal. You know?
Wait, this whole
The
thing,
fact,
man. I gotta read it. I gotta know, man.
that-
Let me remember this precept. You know. This is my precept. Oh, yeah. Try to lock it up, bro. Right?
When the time comes for you to remember it, fuck, I can't remember it, man.
Yeah.
Shit, too much
But you gotta
research.
keep going back to it. That's why I
You know,
studied to
yeah,
show
yeah.
thyself. So you gotta keep going back until it's locked. You know, and it's the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah that made you want to go back to that, because that's the one for you. You know, that's your measure.
Hey, just like what's it called? Repetition is key, right?
Yeah.
You know, the more and more you go back to it, you're gonna remember it. Oh, now it's locked in, man.
Right. The more you sing the song, the more you know the lyrics. You keep.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
you
yeah.
just say it, bro.
That one song, you know.
Sometimes you just be walking
And then you
you just be singing precepts, literally, bro. Yo, you see something, precept pop to mind.
Boom.
And that's when because if you really look at everything around you, it has a spiritual overtone to it.
Yeah.
You know, if you have spiritual lenses, you can take something and make it spiritual and be, oh, yo, you know, that means yo, the scriptures tell us this. Oh yeah, I remember scriptures told, you know, just like that, bro. You link it up.
You got it.
Something as simple as watching movies.
Oh yeah.
You see someone doing an action like, yo, this it seems familiar.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's the 300.
300.
That's in Judges, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
300.
Just like the guy earlier, you know. He's like, oh yo, keep doing the work, man. Keep preaching. You know? Even in the winter, yeah. And then he goes with the bread, and then he starts feeding the ducks. And the multitude came.
He came to us. He said, "Are you guys preaching?" No, he didn't ask.
He didn't ask.
He didn't ask. He
He
said
knew.
straight up. He knew that we didn't even pull out nothing. We weren't prepared.
You know?
He told us, "Yo, you guys keep doing what you're doing, man. You know, make sure you pray. Don't keep praying. Prayer works. We're in the latter days."
Yeah.
And then he just walks away. He says,
And he's
walks
even in
away.
the winter.
"Yeah." He just walks away and he goes into his bag. He pulls out bread.
Bread, yeah, come on, man.
Yo, he pulls out bread.
Bread.
You know, and then he starts throwing them at the ducks.
The whole thing, huh?
Yeah, he threw the whole thing, man.
The whole bag of bread.
He fed the whole.
The whole bread. The ducks are still
Yeah,
here.
they're waiting for him still.
You know?
Hey, that has a spiritual overtone to it, you
Don't
see?
leave the sheep unoccupied.
Yeah, you gotta feed the sheep.
Every day, man.
Hey, he worked out bread, and then, yo, how it says that bread, right?
Oh, yeah.
Come
And
on,
yo,
man.
he
The
emptied that whole
scripture.
bag.
You emptied the whole.
Yeah, go as far as, you know,
can.
your measure is, bro.
Even the fact that those ducks are still there, maybe they're here for this word now.
Yeah,
you know?
you know?
God.
And that bread, he had a certain amount, bro. That's your limit.
God.
You just keep throwing it until you run out, until you can go, you know, until you keep going, bro. And you have to add more bread by what? By studying, man. More precepts, add them up, bro. More breakdowns, add them up. Put them in that arsenal, in that spiritual bag, man.
As it
And
says,
whip it out when the sheep, yo.
God.
Here you go. Hand them out, bro. Shalom. God. You know?
you know, as it says, I have planted, Apollos watered,
But the Most High giveth the increase.
the Most High giveth the increase. And it also says, if any man lacketh wisdom, pray. For the Most High give it unto man as he pleaseth. Roughly paraphrasing, you know.
And it's a precept that says, if you set to your seal that Yahweh Shemashah is true, he's going to give you the spirit without measure, man.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be a limit to your bread. You know, you're going to keep throwing it out.
That instant with Elisha.
Yeah.
He said, he told unto Elijah, Elijah asked him, what do you want? And then Elisha said, I want a double portion of your spirit. And then he said, if you see me getting beamed up, I got you. Lord will,
He got more,
He
right?
got more.
That also
Right after
goes-
he just said it, spread in the sea.
Yeah, just kinda
Come
watching
on,
Moses.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know?
He must have had read the book of the book of the laws, man. Because as soon as
Yeah.
I'm trying to see where my forefather, how he was feeling.
God, you know? It's a different kind of surety too. When you see a chariot and you see it up close, you see your master getting beamed up. Yo, this is a different. The way he was walking, he was different. You know?
Oh, he's a new man, bro.
New
New
man.
man.
You know?
Heavy.
Because he had more portion of the spirit, right? Right after that, yo, boom, the Lord just poured it on him. He felt that change, bro. Yo, what? Precepts, you know, boom, boom, boom. Oh, yo, don't be sad, you know? Yo, you know? It's only for the better. Yo, and he's like, yo, took his you know? Let's go, you know?
And that's also goes to show that student and teacher dynamic.
Yeah.
You know, because you have teachers that'll teach you everything they know. But then once you're built up enough, how Bashima is going to give you that increase. You're going to start revealing different things to you. And you might even surpass your teachers. And that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
A great example of that is what our elders and apostles of Green Millstone.
Yeah.
You see their teachers, they learn under them. Arya, help me out,
King Masha,
King Masha, all of them, man. The seven,
Yaikwab.
you know, Yaquab, you know, they learn from them. And then when the apostles were built up enough, what Yahweh gave them the spirit. And now what? Now they have surpassed their teachers. They are breaking down different breakdowns that, you know,
They could understand at that
yeah,
time. You know?
they have more revelations now. And so on and so forth. It just keeps going, man. That teacher and student dynamic keeps going.
It's just like a father and son, you know?
Yeah.
You have a son and then he's a baby and then he starts growing up. Oh shit, yo, you showing me now, huh? Yeah, you think
And you're proud of your son, you know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the seven are proud, man. You know, they see like, wow.
Probably in the spirit world, you know,
Yeah.
then down to the spirit. Oh yeah.
They're starting to crying for
Yeah.
you know? For them.
As it says, he that teaches his son, grievous the enemy,
Yeah.
because he left as.
An adventure,
If you could get that,
A
Baba.
perfect example of that is what David and Solomon.
Oh yeah, David and King. Yeah.
David and King Solomon.
Yep.
After Solomon, King David, you told him, these are my enemies. You take care of them for me. Man.
Yeah. David had put all the other nations under Israel, and Solomon kept them in place, kept them in check, man.
The father gave it to his son.
Yeah.
Check this out. You take care of that. You know, handed it over. Leave it an inheritance for his children.
And another thing, as we were saying, that you ask him for the according to your lot, and it tells us that the Most High, it is easy for the Most High to make a poor man rich, and what makes us rich is this knowledge. We're poor, but we're rich in spirit, So it's nothing for the Lord to give you more wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures. You see, but you have to apply yourself. Okay, It's not just out of nowhere. You got some people, man. They come up to you and they ask you, "Do you speak to God?" The foolishness. They expect the Most High. They're waiting for the Most High to come down and open their come down from His throne to open their understanding.
Who are thou? And that's be careful what you wish for. You want the Most High to come down, and be careful what you ask for, man, because you get shooken up, man.
Yeah. Remember that video? I don't know if you saw it, but that video with that woman in Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah.
She said, I want to know. I want to know." He said, "All right, you want to know?" They give it, boom! It gave her the started pouring out the spirit on her, and then at one point she's like, "Yeah, yes," she was enjoying it, but at one point the spirit was too much. It's like, oh, stop, no, it's too much, to the point that it burned her. She disintegrated, Yeah, man, it's too much. This is nothing to play with, man.
Right.
As it says, it would be better if you have not known the truth than to forsake it, or to fall out from the truth, man.
And that's why the scriptures say. That's why the scriptures use milk and meat, because you have to eat. You have to eat slowly, man. And the slower you eat, like if the more milk you drink, the bigger your appetite is gonna become. So it's basically making room for meat.
Yeah.
You know, so you just build that up, man.
Just like with a baby, right?
Yeah.
When you first get a newborn child, you gotta give him milk first, right? You're not gonna just straight up give him meat or something solid. He doesn't have teeth yet, bro.
Yeah.
You're just gonna choke on it, and then now your baby's dead.
Yeah. You know, you're falling out the truth. You know, and even before you digest, you have to eat, to break down the meat. You know, you have to chew it up. You know, and the more you chew, the easier it is to digest it. You know,
You have to chew it properly. Too,
Chew it properly.
so it breaks down.
yeah,
So you can even swallow it.
yeah.
You know, and then once you swallow it,
Let's hope you don't vomit it.
I also remind you of John, that little book.
Got some?
Yeah.
This is 1 Peter 2 and verse 1. Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisy and envies and all evil speaking, as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
That you may grow, as the brother was saying, that you know your lot, your arsenal. You know, it's all about growth, man. You know, the fact that this is the living water, you always have to increase in knowledge and understanding. You can't be the same that you were last year. You know, there's always got to be, you always got to go from one glory to another glory. You always have to climb up, you know?
The Prophet Ramla was also going into how water, like when you consider a pond, the water's not flowing, so it stinks.
Yeah.
You know? But when there's living waters, the water's constantly flowing, it's constantly renewing.
Yeah.
So it's fresh water,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You know? And if you're staying stagnant, you're gonna stink.
Yeah.
And people will smell it.
If I'm add to that, you know, right now, living waters, you know?
Yeah.
The waters,
Yeah.
You hear it
you
moving.
hear it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stagnant doctrine here. It's a fishy doctrine, right? Yeah.
Even if you can learn like one thing a day, bro, you can do that. Or read a precept a day.
Yeah.
Something, bro. A chapter, you know. Just make sure you're not seeing stagnant.
You're gonna start stinking, man.
Yeah, and
Brother's gonna start
see it.
smelling your stink,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. People can see it too, cause you're losing your oil.
Yeah,
When you stay stagnant, that fire is slowly starting to dim, and that oil getting dry, and you can see somebody, you know, their face start
paling.
pale and drying as you see it.
You see
They're
the shine
thirsty.
leaving them.
Yeah,
Shit, what's going on, brother?
yeah. They're not covered because scripture say a wise man, wisdom makes a man's face to shine. That's that oil.
Yeah.
Once again,
Because without that oil, you end up ashy, man.
ashy,
What? Yeah.
lips white. You can't even lick them, bro. Your tongue's
Crack
tongue's
it.
dry too. You know, you stick it out, it might just fall apart.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
And like you were saying, pertaining to that oil, man. You know, the elders and apostles, they already done the work for us, man. Most of the work, man. You go into the archives, you go into the GMS milk. You know, they have they have basic breakdowns. They go into they have milk. They have meat.
All you can eat.
All you can eat. All you can eat. You know. To build you up, man, the necessary things that you need for your growth are there for you to digest, for you to take in, man.
It's a buffet.
Yeah, it's a buffet. It's all there.
That's heavy too, because you're sit down.
Yeah,
Don't sit down at the buffet.
you know,
All you can eat. There's milk and there's meat.
Yeah, come on.
Yo, you
know?
be drinking, yo.
for
come on.
everyone's taste, man. You know, you start off with being able to properly break down why his name is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You understand the proper breakdown of the names, and then he goes into the Gentiles, how you can understand the Gentiles, and other multiple videos, man.
So like
You know?
if I may add real quick, because first when you're exposed to it, you know, the name Yahweh, it sticks with you, it resonates.
Yeah.
But then now you have to be able to teach somebody else.
Yeah.
You were taught it and you received it, but now you have to be able to explain it to somebody else. That's you becoming a teacher now. That's you not being stagnant. Because once you got, now you gotta pass it on. and then pass it on.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah, it's
going.
moving. Yeah.
You could kind of say it's kind of like hot potato, but it's not really hot though, yeah?
Hey.
Okay, I know you're passing it around.
Yeah.
Only certain hats can hold that hot
No,
potato.
Salakia, a prime example is a relay race.
Yeah.
You know?
Pass the baton.
You pass the baton.
And
That's
some
what it
people
is.
get it quick.
Yeah.
Some people get it quick and then they'll run quick and
Hey! Salakia, you know with the what was it called, the race?
The relay race?
Yeah, with the relay race, they always put the fastest at the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's prophecy, man. Because it said those that come in are gonna receive it quicker. Roughly
Yeah.
paraphrasing. They're gonna get it quicker.
Yeah.
It also goes to how other men have labored and we're entered into their labor.
Yeah, because that's how it is. You know, you're running.
Yeah.
Yo, give it to the last one. Make sure you
Pass.
go quick and finish this race, man. You know, that's why we gotta, preach the gospel, man. We gotta keep putting out videos, bro. Flood the internet, man. Because we're those quick ones, man.
Yeah.
You know, this is the last captivity, man. This is the last
Last
run, bro.
Yeah.
So, all those before that did their labor, man. It's down to us to finish that race, man. You know, you have entered into others' labor, so you gotta make sure you run and finish the race, bro.
This is the finale, baby.
1 Corinthians.
Yeah, I know.
Do
It's,
yeah. Cut.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
I know exactly.
Bring it out. You know what I want.
Let me just bring this out quick.
You got it.
Quick things. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed.
Yeah. Boldness, man. Doesn't it say that at the last days, man, we're gonna stand boldly in front of those that have roughly paraphrased and mistreated us, you know? In their faces, we're telling them, your kingdom is about to fall, man. Exposing the son of perdition, the man of sin, day in and day out, man. Every video, we don't miss the chance to cuss out Esau, man.
You have to, man.
You know?
You have
Yeah,
to.
You
that's
have
the
to,
thing.
man.
Even if you're not even making a video about it, you still find a way to fucking
to bring him back.
That's how it is. Oppression makes the wise man mad.
You know?
You're always gonna.
It's like with the Wing Chun, right? There's a certain spot. If you hit that spot, you gotta keep trying to hit it again until that member is the symbol.
Yeah, till it falls, man. Till it gives up, man.
Knock this guy's jaw off.
Even
bro.
boxing, you always try to get that knockout. Trying to hit the head, always.
Yeah. Esau's that head,
Yeah,
bro. He's the head of this empire, man. Yeah.
The head of
Trying to hit the head.
you know how they say you cut off the head of the snake. The rest of the body goes with it, man.
All right, and you might jab, you know, or you might hit the rib and then the head, or make a crazy setup. 1, 2, the head. Always the head, bro.
Yeah, how Shah is gonna give that knockout, man.
Yeah,
Hit that
that
head.
finishing blow. Right now we're hitting body shots.
You know, give him that body shot. You know, boom, boom, boom.
I think there's a precept that says we will bruise it. We will bruise his head. We will hurt his head, and he shall hurt your knee,
Yeah, your
your heel.
heel.
Yeah,
I think that's in Genesis.
yeah. Khan.
Where it said he will. I got it, bro.
Khan.
You
Daughter.
grab the First Corinthians, the one you wanted, right?
Yeah.
What's it? 1 Corinthians 9 and 24. Start at 24.
Daughter.
This is 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race. Let me read that again. 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize, so run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
So how much more should we do the work? So how much more should we be involved in this too? I think there's a little more on that.
Verse 26, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so I fight not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
See, ultimately, everything that we're doing is not in vain, man. Even it says that the Lord is not will not forget our labor of love. You know where? Bring it up. What you have?
It's the book of Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15. And I will put enmity between thy seed and Salakia. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
God, you see? Ultimately, we're gonna get rid of all that wickedness, man.
God.
Eventually, you know, we've been bruising the heel. You know, that serpent has poisoned us, you know, through his philosophies. But now that we're now that we're sobering up and coming back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai through the Spirit, you know, we're gonna chop off that serpent's head, man. And get rid of wickedness on this earth.
Last leg.
Yeah.
Last leg, you know?
You know?
That barrier. Leg. That's that Yahushua got stone with that finishing blow. Blah! Bow! Got stone, just everything else just.
Man down, man down. This is Revelation 2 and verse 2. I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars, and hast borne and hast patience, and for my name's sake has labored and has not fainted.
Yeah.
The Lord knows our labor, man. He knows our labor of pain, man. Our work.
No.
He knows what we're going through, man. So hey, regardless, that's why you gotta keep pushing. You know? Because at the end, bro, he's gonna reward you. Because he knows what you're going through, man. He went through that himself. You know? Yahweh has experienced that pain, man. That labor. And once you experience something, if let's say you went through a certain particular thing, right? And then now I'm going through it now. And I'm gonna come to you, and then you know what I'm going through, man. You know? Yeah, I know what you're going through, so you gotta do this and do that. And that's why, you know, these scriptures, the instructions on how to maneuver in this walk, man.
That's the whatsoever things written aforetime were written for our Lord learning, that we through comfort and patience. Comfort, man.
Come on. That's those experiences. You know, those experiences.
You read Yahushua had to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, I gotta gird up, man. Because I gotta, endure, man.
Yahweh knows, man. The only way you know is when you went through it yourself, man. You're not gonna know if you didn't go through it. You know? Yo, I have a car, but this guy doesn't have a car. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You don't have a car, you know?
I think the precept I wanted was Hebrews 6.
Yeah, I know.
It's all good. But if you can bring it up. But that one, yeah, it goes into the same thing.
Khan. Hebrews 6 and verse 10.
Yeah.
For the Most High is not... Hebrews 6 and verse 10. For the righteous is not... Salakia. Hebrews 6 and verse 10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Most of everything that we're doing in his name's sake is not in vain, man. We'll get a reward, man. You know, but ultimately we have to endure until the end. You know, we can't turn back our hand from the plow, man. You know, as I like to as it says, remember Lot's wife. You know, the salvation was open unto her as well, but her being the weaker vessel and being attracted to the philosophies of Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, or maybe being attached to the lifestyle they had, you know, she turned back. You know,
she actually started leaving. She actually left the city for a couple.
You know, on the way out, she had to look back. You know, that's why many people, you know, they hop on the truth just to fall out. You know. We pray the Lord that that's not in our spirit, man. We pray that we endure until the end. You know?
Come, verse 11. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises.
Yeah. That's the body, man. As the head directs the body, we follow, man. The head tells the feet to move, and the rest of the body they go with it, man. You know?
Given the same diligence, also, it's like everybody being like-minded.
Yep.
You have the mind of Hamashiach.
Yep.
I was daily teaching in the stuff.
Well, it was not slothful, man.
And the beautiful thing about this is that the unity that comes forth from that code that we have of fearing the Most High and keeping His commandment. That's a code, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it tells us that we're joined together. You know, we're joined together in one body. You know, because the world itself is divided. You know, if Satan be divided against Satan, he cannot stand.
Hey,
No?
hey, what's it called? What's going on right now with the Russians and Ukraine? You know, hey, that's the kingdom divided against itself, man.
And
They're-
the men of the Lord, they're not divided. Why? Because they're standing in great boldness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have the same philosophies,
same mind.
Absolutely, the same doctrine,
Same doctrine.
one doctrine.
That's
We
why
all
we're able
speaking
to
the same
stand.
thing. Yep.
In unity, bro.
Yeah.
Esau can't, bro. Hey, right now they're having a media war, man.
And that
They're
also
shit
goes,
talking.
it also goes to show the duality, bro. Because while Esau's kingdom is divided, Yasha'Allah is being built up and it's solid.
Yeah.
It's one. Being all those, the tribes being gathered together, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
Yeah.
Being put together, man. Oh, yeah, that's that tabernacle being built, man.
Yeah.
Stone upon stone.
Those two sticks
Yeah,
being
those-
joined together.
Ezekiel 37.
Yeah.
Trying to wrap it up with this.
Okay.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 36, and I'm going to start at verse 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. And be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, and the place of thy rest. And now you're witnessing the princes of the powers being gathered together, being brought back to unity, man. That's a threat to Esau. That's why he's trying to stop this spiritual house that's being built. But he's not, because it's spiritual. As a carnal man, he's spiritually discerned. He can't.
You can't understand the spiritual thing,
You know?
even if you try to. You can't, bro. The Lord is showing His face to us now, man.
And
You
how
know?
he doesn't know how deep we are into building this house.
Yeah.
What? It's almost complete.
Yeah.
The elect door was slow.
Yeah, we guess that we're at the roof.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, we're
building
building the
up
roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's heavy? You don't know how big this house is.
Ooh, yo, that's heavy because the actual building the roof. Right now we're at the roof, so if you fall off, bro, that fall, man,
Yeah. Oh, that's a long fall down, bro.
Yeah.
you're through, bro. You're through.
Ooh, yeah, that's a long fall.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that was, you know? So if you stop working when you start sleeping,
Yeah.
boom, you fall. Oh shit! Dude, help me! I can't pull down the roof.
Yeah,
I'm slacking. You know, you
Go
let
to
go,
those that
man.
sell. Go to those that sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more dangerous now because you're at the top.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, you know? So with that, man, we hope you guys can fight the spirit of power and how about shit. I'll try to close out by giving out praise, honor, and glory.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash.
Once again, double honors to our teacher, head apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well. Man, and shalom and salutations to you, sincere brethren out there that are laboring in his work as well, man.
Shalom.
Shalom. Hold on, shalom.
Shalom.
Tia, Abide, Babah.
Come on.
Shalom.